I grew up in West Bloomfield, Michigan. I knew that I wanted to make money, and I knew that that was important. I just figured life would be better with it than without it. I was having a terrible experience in school. When it came time for school to end, which I could not have been more excited about, I knew I wanted to do something with people. And I had decided that I was gonna actually sell shoes. That just seemed like the next coolest thing to do. Hang out in the mall, hang out with people, sell shoes, like I was in. And then my mom, who has always seen more in me than anybody ever will, she said, you should really be in real estate. You see, her father had been in real estate and my dad had been in the construction business. And so she understood it. And she was a teacher. And I said, there's no way I'm gonna be able to pass this test. I'm terrible at this kind of stuff. And she said, you know what? Let's do this together. And amazingly enough, I passed the test and became a real estate agent. I couldn't have been more excited. There I was at 19 years old with a real estate license, trying to figure it out. I was at this company with these awesome gold jackets, and I was so proud to have one. I got a job and I got a desk and all of this stuff, and I would just watch the top producer for the office walk from their office to the sales board. At that time, there were like these sales boards and you wrote up your listings and you wrote up your sales, but they never stopped to actually tell anybody how they did it. And so I went the first 6 months going to the office every day in a sport coat and not making any money. I didn't sell a single home in the first 6 months. And it was really depressing, and I was gonna get out of the business. I just wasn't having the success that I wanted. And then I had this amazing conversation with a gentleman that worked at that office. And this person said to me, in a nutshell, forget everything you're reading, forget trying to have the perfect script, forget all this lead gen stuff, just forget all of it and simply go out there and connect with people and be yourself. And I don't know what it was about that day and the way that this person said it, but I took that advice and I ended up making $100,000 in the next 6 months. It was incredible. How I ended up at Keller Williams was right after that, this gentleman got into conversations to purchase the second franchise that was available in the state of Michigan. When I got to KW, I came to one of the events and Gary was there and he was justifying this idea of real estate teams, which for my market was a complete new concept. It wasn't a thing. I sat in the audience that day and I saw an agent named Mike Mendoza who became a mentor of mine. And I had never even fathomed that you could make that much money in the real estate business as a realtor. Gary was up there showing what a real estate team could look like. I didn't even know what a real estate team was. Went back to the hotel room that night and I just couldn't stop writing. And I literally drew out how all of this was gonna work. I went back to Michigan on a mission to start a real estate team. And I ended up I waited for my 2 best friends to graduate college and then brought them both into the business. And we ended up working together, then we started living together. So it was work together all day, go back to this kind of like clubhouse at night and hang out. It was like the real world for real estate. And everything worked. And it was the greatest run. I've now been a part of home sales in 3 different continents. And I've sold real estate that I never even knew existed. I've sold islands and mansions on the Pacific and a vineyard in France, and all of these things. Real estate is the ultimate backstage pass for people's lives. And the reason is because the real estate that they own is the set by which the entire play of life happens. And being a part of that is different than being a part of any other sales, regardless of how expensive the item you're selling is, because homes are part of the human experience. And that is the most rich experience that any of us will ever get to be a part of.